Welcome back, everybody, to another segment of the K12 Sports Tech AD Think Tank on the Educational AD Podcast. We'll be right back with this week's Think Tank guest, but as always, we're going to give a shout out to our sponsors. Now, don't hit that fast forward button. These are all companies that I used, including K12. They're great companies. I really recommend that you check them out. So take 3 minutes, listen to our sponsor shout outs, then listen to our segment, and then go and visit these sponsors. I'm telling you, you're going to be glad you did. Here we go. We want to say thanks to K12 Sports Tech for their support of the podcast and sponsoring the Think Tank. K12 Sports Tech helps athletic directors and sport vendors connect through education and hands-on consulting services. And athletic directors are invited to join the think tank and help influence how companies shape their tech to better serve schools. To get more information, just go to K12sportstech.com. That's it, K12sportstech.com. We also want to say thanks to our friends at Hometown. Hometown is changing the game for schools and organizations with their suite of solutions that includes things like, oh, by the way, digital ticketing, but there's a lot more. How about fee-free fundraising, athletic website construction, and as I said, a whole lot more. Whether you're an athletic director, a head coach, or a school administrator, Hometown is making it easy for you and your school to save time, raise more money, and bring your community together. For more information, go to hometown.com. We also want to thank Ohio University and their online masters in athletic administration. My assistant AD, along with thousands of others, got his master's through the Ohio program, and it was a great experience. It's very affordable, just 20 months, totally online. And while you're getting your master's, you're also completing 11 NIAAA leadership training courses at no extra charge. Go to the Ohio University Online Masters in Athletic Administration for more information. We also want to say thanks to Sideline Interactive, indoor score tables and video boards. Go to sidelineinteractive.com and you can schedule a live web demo to see their products in action. Probably one of the best purchases I ever made was our Sideline Interactive indoor score table. Go to sidelineinteractive.com to find out more. We also want to say thanks to our friends at Home Campus. Home Campus is a platform you're going to use every single day, whether it's scheduling, rosters, or results. For me, the athletic eligibility and clearance platform alone is worth the price of admission. It's gold standard. Go to homecampus.com to find out more. That's homecampus.com. We also want to say thank you to Huddle. As a football coach, I used Huddle for years, but when I became an athletic director, I made sure that our school was a Huddle school. Our coaches just loved the tools that Huddle provided. Our student athletes loved the videos, and our parents loved the streaming, but there's a lot more. Go to huddle.com, join the 8 million users, and turn your school into a Huddle school. We want to thank our good friends at Snap Mobile, especially for Snap Raise. Have you ever spent weeks and weeks with a fundraiser and been disappointed in the results? Well, those days are gone. Go to snapraise.com. It's hands down the best online fundraiser out there. We used it at our school with tremendous success, and so will you. Go to snapraise.com. You can check out all of their other great platforms. But if you're looking for a fundraiser, you just found it, and it's snapraise.com. We want to say thanks to our good friends at Vital Signs Wall of Fame. If you're looking for a really cool way to display your school record board for all the teams, for all the different events, or show off your school's Hall of Fame, go to Vital Signs Wall of Fame and take a look at their interactive touchscreen video consoles. You put one of their units in your gym lobby, your main school hallway, it's going to be a magnet for kids, for coaches. How about sponsors and alumni? You got to see it to believe it. Go to vitalsignswalloffame.com. Check out their great products today. We want to say thanks to Athletic Surveys by LifeTrack. Athletic directors already get feedback, but a lot of times it's from a very small group that just wants to complain. Athletic Surveys is going to connect you to that group so you can hear the concerns and hopefully address them before they turn to something big. But they're also going to connect you to the 98% that supports your program. And having that type of positive data is incredibly valuable, especially when you're visiting with that frustrated parent, or maybe your principal, or even your school board. Go to athleticsurveys.com. They'll create a custom survey that lets you take the pulse of everybody in your program. Athleticsurveys.com. And we want to say thanks to Gipper. Go to Gipper.com and let their team turn you into a social media expert, celebrating the accomplishments of your team. Whether it's a small social media post to celebrate a victory or it's an entire newsletter to showcase all the great things that your department is doing in the community, the team at Gipper will have you up and running in no time. It's professional graphic design made easy. Go to Gipper.com for more information. And with all of our sponsors, please don't forget to mention the podcast. That's Gipper.com. Welcome back, everybody, to another segment of the K12 SportsTech AD Think Tank. We're going to one of my favorite states today, Missouri, and we're going to be visiting with Bob Ray. Bob's the director of athletics at Center High School. That's in the Kansas City area of Missouri. We've also got the CEO of K12 Sports Tech, Alec Brown, with us. Bob, start off with you. Welcome to the AD Think Tank.
Thanks, man. Appreciate it. Looking forward to it.
And Alex, Alec, always great to connect with you. How's things going for you?
Excellent. Thanks, Jake. Great to be on again. Definitely looking forward to this one.
Well, for our listeners, if you're new to listening to the Think Tank, Alex is going to, kind of take us on a deeper dive into what the Think Tank is. I became aware of it, I'm going to say almost 2 years ago, and was just immediately impressed. It was a unique approach. I think it provides a great service, not just to ADs, but to vendors as well. But Bob, I want to start with you. Share with our listeners, a little bit about yourself, about your school. I like to say, tell us your life story in 2 minutes. And then I want to hear about how you found out about the think tank and what are your thoughts about it?
I coached for 25 years. I've been in education for 28. I went into the administration thing. I know this is really crazy, but I went during the COVID era. I was like, maybe I want to change from coaching to see what it did. So I did, rotated over to that. Centered in an urban core of Kansas City, even though it's on the south side of Kansas City, it's still very urban on that in that sense. And, I think if you want to talk about that and compared to what the think tank, I met these guys at the national convention, and I was like, man, this sounds interesting. So I applied when I actually was there. I actually applied one to do it and see what's going to happen with it. And the thing that I noticed the most is that's amazing to me is I don't get just random sales. I still get those random sales emails, but they're coming from Alec and or the company that I've registered with, and I think that's the benefit to me with my time. And as in athletics as well too, you don't have time to sort through the 50 million junk emails that you get, and these ones that are targeted. That's what I love the most about it. And I mean, besides you get paid to do it, that's another bonus of it too. But I think that the piece that's nice to me is that I've had pretty good relationship with almost every single vendor that I've worked with, and I've actually even referred a vendor to them too as well. We're using what's called WSN Live TV, and they've been amazing for us. But I got them over here too, and then I think just working with them, Alec is amazing, Abby's amazing. They don't just push stuff on you; they make sure it relates to your school and your income as you have at your school as well too. Because you don't just, I mean, I don't have $50 million laying around to restructure something. I got to find that money, and I think that's the benefit I've had with using them has been helpful for me.
Again, you're absolutely right. You were impressed the same way I was. You get that cold call or that cold email, and you're just kind of going, "Oh my goodness!" But what I've said, I think just about every episode, there's a ton of great products out there, great vendors, and again, they're great. But if you don't know that vendor, that sales rep, or that product, it doesn't matter how good it is. And it's that getting that connection. And that's where the think tank, I think, is just really, a big leap forward. You get a call or an email from another AD that that says, hey, Bob, have you ever tried this product? All of a sudden, the product hasn't changed a bit, but
No.
that recommendation coming from, somebody of our AD brotherhood, if you will, or sisterhood, it means everything. Have I overstated that any?
No, absolutely. I think that's the piece that I get out of this whole thing is that when someone like even our group of in our MRBC, which is our conference that I'm in right now, those guys we talk to each other all the time. We email, we text, whatever. And I think, hey, this worked really good for me, and we're looking at redoing some fields. Hey, this company was fabulous for redoing that field, and their customer service was great. That's the thing that we deal with is like coming back and fixing the mistakes that happen because I mean, it's construction world. It's going to happen. We know that's going to happen, can't be 100% foolproof, but those companies that come back and service us and help us out helps us tremendously. And I think that's the connection you get within the athletic world is, hey, this company is really, really good. Believe me. So,
No, you're absolutely right. Alec, let's go ahead and give you a chance to talk to our listeners, particularly anybody who is new. And again, listeners, Alex, he's the COO of K12 Sports Tech, but he's not just, I'm going to say this in a very negative way. He's not just some sales guy. He's got a background in athletics. So, Alec, share your life story, and then kind of how K12 Sports Tech got rolling.
Yeah, definitely. Thanks, Jake, and thanks, Bob, for the kind words.
mm,
So my background is in education. I started my career in Chicago as a teacher. Quickly moved into administration and happened to be at a school that was a new school and didn't offer any type of sports programs to its student athletes. So walked into my principal's office one day and asked if I could do that. Didn't really know what I was getting into. But she said yes. So I got into a life of athletics that way and started a sports program at that school, grew the program to offer, 11 sports and about half our student body getting involved in sports and some for the first time. And it was really, really rewarding for me. And like I said, kind of led me to this career in sports, which is now at K12 Sports Tech. Um, and it's been a tremendous experience. We've built our AD think tank over the last 15 months or so. We're up over 500 members, and I've gotten to know just about all of them. And some of the most forward-thinking leaders in the industry that you can imagine. Just like Bob, people that are eager to get involved, eager to participate in our projects, eager to help vendors sort of identify if their solutions solve problems for ADs. And I think as we're doing more and more of that, we're really making uh, the space more customer centric and more AD friendly. Um, Bob's a great example. He's been involved in many projects. He started to build relationships with our vendor partners. He's given his feedback on their tools. They've made improvements to their tools based on what our ADs have said. And he's been compensated for it, which is his time is super valuable, and that's super important. Super important to us because we know that sometimes ADs are asked to do things like this and not compensated, and they should be. So that's a big part of our mission, and we just want to see it continue. We want to see more ADs getting involved in being able to provide feedback and helping to improve some solutions so they solve real problems for the people that are using them.
Yeah, a great summary of the platform, and you hit on some of the points that just continue to impress me. That the vendors, it's not when a member of the think tank gets that email, it's not a sales pitch. It's that opportunity to give that vendor some feedback. Hey, we like this about your platform, or if you could tweak this, it would be even better for us. And as you said, the projects that ADs like Bob and all the think tank members choose to get involved with, they're compensated for it. They're getting paid. Bob, I'm going to come back to you, but Alec, you shared some great um, anecdotes, I guess, in previous episodes about how the companies have truly listened to the athletic directors. Can you give a couple more examples of that, of how they have connected with the ADs through their feedback?
Yeah, so I think the biggest one has been price. We've had a number of solutions that are pretty new to the space start to meet with our ADs with one idea of what the cost should be for their solutions. And after a few meetings, start to realize that that's not accessible for a lot of different programs across the country. And they've actually made changes, whether it be to change their prices completely or to make different tiers so that there's a fit for all different types of programs. Either one has been really impressive to see, and not necessarily feedback that I think they'd get as easily on traditional sales calls. This is something that they're free to ask our ADs because it's not a sales call, it's a consultative call. We've had another solution that's changed their name. They were inventory management solution, but their name was Helmet Tracker. They're totally geared towards football, or they weren't totally geared towards football, but people thought they were, and they learned very quickly that they should change the way they think about their branding to appeal more to every program across the country, whether you have football or not. So that's been really cool to see, and I know Bob's met with them. So yeah, so things like that are awesome. It means that the ADs are doing a great job, and it means that the companies are actually listening, and everybody's coming together to make improvements.
Yeah, I don't know which one of those is more impressive. Companies actually lowering their price or a company literally changing the name of their product. That is impressive. That's listening to
Mhm.
your customer base. Bob, if you can, kind of walk our listeners through what a project involves. And again, these are things that you're choosing, not things that are just being dumped in your inbox.
Right, and the helmet tracker one, I'm still in the process of that one. So I'll talk about Omela, who we just finished up with last week. Omela contacted me. We actually have our own ticketing software. We use GoFan right now, and they're like, hey, we want to try this for prom, and like they structured everything around what we wanted to do. Like we literally we have a 90% attendance rule. We have a grade average too that they have to meet. And so we were able to send them a list of students to them, and they tailored everything for us. And then they made sure they knew what the cost was going to be for us on our end of it, for the credit card fees and everything like that, and then what we could get back. And so we went through the very first thing I did was just literally a survey that Alex sent to me. Hey, do the survey. So I did a survey. I talked about what would be interested, would prom be interested in me, just because I've used GoFan before, and it's just not as easy to get through. It's because it's more based on the athletic side rather than a dance. And so I think I went through that question, and when they called me, it wasn't them just spewing information at me that I didn't care about. It was literally directed at prom. And I was like, this is interesting. So I took a little more. I was like, hey, you want to try this? And we didn't do anything. You want to try it just for your prom? I was like, yeah, that's a great idea. Give it a chance, see what it looks like, and get the feedback from my sponsor who puts on prom. And then so we went through it was about 3 months worth of ticketing, and because we do like a early, middle, and then late price so that we can try to get the kids to buy early. It's kind of our whole process. And Omela actually changed those prices for us as we went through by just giving them the dates prior to the time. And so we just finalized up. Last Saturday was our prom, and we got our payment from them as well with it. And then they're going to call us back, and I believe Alec is too, on the feedback on how we thought the program worked for us, and is this something that we're interested in. And so I think that's been the most beneficial to me, is being able to try it with no cost involved on it. Because everything they want is a price or whatever. And I think that's the piece with us, is like, I want to try it first sometimes, see if it actually works. So,
Oh no, absolutely, and that's such a great point. And again, I want to reinforce, both of you said this. These calls, if you will, they're consultations. They're not sales pitches. It's just completely different approach from what I think most ADs are used to
uh-huh.
when they're working with vendors. Um, Alec, anything else that you want to share with our listeners? I know you reached milestones. You've got well over 500 ADs in the think tank now. You had your big, vendor presentation recently. Anything newer and exciting going on that you want to share?
Yeah, I'll share a couple things real quick. I mean, so a lot of people know we hit our 500 think tank member milestone. That took about a year. So now we got to get to 1,000. So it's important to if you're not a part of the think tank yet, reach out to me if you're interested. I'd love to talk to you more about it. But that's the goal by the end of the year to get over 1,000. Um, the other thing that I'm really excited about that's just kind of kicking off is what we're calling our Emerging Innovators program. So, a lot of the companies that we worked with up to this point have been pretty new to the high school space, but some have had some traction there already. The Emerging Innovators is geared towards brand new startups, companies that may have solutions that are not even completely ready yet to be out on the market, um, but they want to see what ADs and schools think about them. So we're offering a very reduced consulting rate to work with companies like that. And we're looking forward to starting to introduce those companies that are just getting started to our ADs and kind of have our ADs, our think tank members, help them along the journey of developing their solutions so that they're really impactful for schools.
Well, let's go and cut to the chase. Of course, we want our listeners to join if they're not already a member. How do they become a member and find out more information about the K-12 Sports Tech AD think tank?
Yeah, so you're welcome to email me. It's Alec, ALEC, at K12sportstech.com. You can also visit K12sportstech.com, go to the think tank tab, and there's a link to join right there.
Yeah.
But either way, we'll get you to the right spot, and I'd be happy to talk further if you have any questions.
Okay. And Bob, sounds like you got a great program going there. If one of our listeners wanted to reach out and find out more from you, or just add you to their AD network, what's the best way they can get a hold of you?
Right now, I probably use my cell phone just because I'll be transitioning jobs here, be going to Harrisonville. But my cell phone is 816-905-4049. My email, they can use my personal email too if they want. And that's bcray27 at gmail.com. And they're welcome to ask me anything. And I think right now, Alec, you correct me if I'm wrong, but I think I'm the state rep for Missouri too. So I think that helps a little
Absolutely.
bit too. So
Yep, Bob's the new state lead for Missouri, something we've just introduced, and Jake is a co-state lead in Florida,
nice.
which we're very excited about as well.
Nice.
Say a mentoring state lead. Yeah. Okay. Uh, uh, well, Bob, thanks for sharing that information. Hopefully, we'll, if not before, we'll see you at the national conference
Yep.
down in Tampa in December. Okay. And
Yep. So I look
Tampa's
forward to
Tampa's a
that.
little nicer in December than Kansas City is. Okay.
Yeah, absolutely. My wife's already going, I think so.
Yeah. And Alec, you already gave out your contact information, but I was going to tell you, I saw another, let's say a friend of both of ours in this athletic space use that phrase, forward thinking athletic director. So I think you may have coined that first, but hey, it's popular.
Hey,
Somebody
they
else
can
is
use
using
it. I'll share. No worries.
I love it. Okay. Well, thanks again to
Yeah.
both of you for sharing on this week's think tank. Bob, all the best for the rest of this school year and in your transition. And for our listeners, we want to thank you for listening. Remind you that we upload the Zoom recordings of every interview to the Educational AD Podcast YouTube channel, and we do this just about every week. So hopefully you'll join us next week for another episode of the K12 Sports Tech AD Think Tank on the Educational AD Podcast. Have a great day. Hey, before we go, of course, we want to thank all of our sponsors again. Certainly K12 Sports Tech for sponsoring the Think Tank. Hometown, it's not just digital ticketing anymore. Go to hometown.com for more information. Ohio University and their online masters in athletic administration. I want to thank Home Campus. It's the platform you'll use every single day as an athletic director. Go to homecampus.com for more information. Sideline Interactive, indoor score tables and video boards. Go to sidelineinteractive.com. Athletic surveys by LifeTrack. Let them create a custom survey to let you take the pulse of everybody in your program. Athleticsurveys.com. Huddle. I used it as a football coach. As an AD, we were a huddle school. Go to huddle.com. Snap Raise. If you're looking for a fundraiser, you've found it. Go to snapraise.com. Vital Signs Wall of Fame. Go to vitalsignswalloffame.com. And Gipper. Become a world-class social media expert. Let the staff at Gipper show you how to do it. Go to gipper.com. Thanks again for listening. We'll see you next time on the Educational AD Podcast.